What if the loudest battlefield never left him? What if every sound, a door closing, a book falling, even rain, could pull him back into war? And then he walks into a quiet bookstore, where a woman, with nothing but patience and a steady voice, decides she will not let him break. But here is the question: can love really silence a war that lives inside a man's mind? Or will one moment, one sound, shatter everything she is trying to heal? Stay with this story, 'cause what happens next is not just about love. It is about survival, healing, and the kind of strength most people never see. Before we dive into the incredible story, do not forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell button so you never miss our powerful, life-changing content. Thank you for listening to this heartfelt story. If it moved you, share it, comments below, and let someone know you are never alone. I remember the bell above her door. Soft, gentle, too gentle for a man like me, rang, and my chest tightened, as if the war followed me, step by step, breath by breath. The bookstore smelled of paper, ink, and something warmer. Amelia looked up, steady, like she saw storms, and chose to stand anyway. You look tired, she said, not afraid, not curious, just certain. The floor creaked beneath me, each step louder than it should be, each sound bending into something else. Gunfire, shouting, dust choking my lungs again. Froze, right there between history and poetry. My hands shaking, my breath turning sharp. Her voice came again. Soft, closer now. You are here, she said. You are safe here. Safe. The word felt foreign, like a language I once knew, and forgot in the noise. Turned. Fast. A book slipped from a shelf. The sound cracked, like a rifle through my bones. And suddenly, I was back. Smoke. The ground trembling beneath me. My heart racing. Too loud. Fast. I dropped to my knees, hands over my ears. Yet the noise lived inside me. And her hands, warm, steady, mine. No war here, she whispered. Only stories that wait for you to breathe again. Her touch held something. Patience, strength, a quiet refusal to let me disappear. I looked at her, really looked, and for the first time, the noise softened, just a little, like a storm, losing its edge. I break things, I said, voice rough, barely mine. She shook her head. You carry too much, she answered. No judgment, no fear, only understanding. Deep, unshaken. Inside, the wind moved through the empty street. Inside, her presence anchored me. The world slowed, my pulse followed, and for a fragile moment, I felt something return. Not peace, not yet, but the beginning of it, somewhere between her voice and the quiet turning of a page. Something inside me shifted, and I stayed, right there, on that worn wooden floor, learning how to exist again, in the space she refused to let go of me. I stayed, long after the bell above the door fell silent, long after the world outside forgot I existed. Amelia moved slowly, never sudden, never loud, like she understood how fragile a moment could be. She placed a book beside me, not in my hands, just close, as if even choice needed time to return. My fingers twitched, hesitated, then brushed the cover. Warm, real, not sand, not steel. Her voice drifted again, low, steady. Try one page. One page. Felt heavier than any battlefield. I opened it. The paper whispered, and for a second, the sound twisted, almost became something else. Almost. My chest tightened, then loosened, just enough. I read one line, then another, words forming slowly, like steps across broken ground. Inside, cart rolled past, wood creaking. My shoulders tensed, breath caught halfway. The room tilted, just slightly. Amelia shifted closer, not touching, just there. You are here, she said again, firm, anchored. Her presence held the moment together, kept it from shattering. I focused on the ink, dark, still, unchanging, not like memory, not like the past that clawed and burned. The page stayed, and so did I. Minutes passed, or hours. Time moved strangely around her, like it respected her quiet strength. An sharp crack, somewhere outside, wood splitting, a shout following it. My body reacted before thought, heart slamming, lungs refusing air. The bookstore vanished, heat returned, noise swallowed everything. I staggered back, knocking into a shelf. Books fell, one after another, like collapsing walls. The sound surrounded me, too close, too real. I could not breathe, could not see, only survive, only react. Then her voice, stronger now, cutting through everything. Elijah, my name, clear, grounded, pulling me back, again and again. Elijah, look at me. I tried, vision blurred, but there she was, unmoved, unshaken, walking toward me, through the storm inside my head. Her hands caught my face, steady, warm. You are not there, she said, each word placed carefully, like rebuilding something broken. You are with me. The world flickered, or, then her, noise, then silence, back and forth, until her eyes held, long enough, for reality to take root again. My breath returned in fragments, uneven, sharp, but mine. I collapsed forward, not falling, but held. She did not let go, not even for a second, even as my weight pressed into her, even as the tremors ran through me. You can stay, she whispered. No hesitation, no doubt, just truth, and something inside me, something buried beneath years of noise, answered, not in words, but in the way I did not pull away, in the way I remained, right there, in her arms, while the echoes faded, and the quiet, slowly, began to fight back again. The air changed, not sharp, not violent, just heavy, like a memory, trying to take shape. I felt it behind me, presence, breath, quiet weight. My fingers pressed harder into the page, ink grounding me, holding me here. Amelia's voice came, gentle, and changed. Welcome, she said, so simple, so steady, as if nothing in this world could shake her. Footsteps moved closer, low, deliberate, each one echoing, just enough to brush against my nerves. My jaw tightened, shoulders stiff, yet I stayed. I stayed. The man spoke, low, uncertain. I heard there was a place here. His voice trembled, not from danger, from something deeper, something I recognized too well. Amelia answered, there is. 2 words, open, like a door that never closed. Silence followed, stretching, until it almost broke. I could feel his hesitation, like standing at the edge of something unknown, the same edge I stood on. Every second, every breath, my chest rose slowly, then fell, controlled, turned, just a little, enough to see. Man, older, is tired, hands restless, like they forgot how to be still. Dust clung to his coat, travel, distance, all written across him, or something close to it, lingered in his posture, in the way he scanned the room, searching, always searching. Eyes met, and in that moment, no words were needed. He saw it, the noise, the weight, the endless echo. He saw mine too. Recognition flashed, quick, sharp, then softened, into something quieter, something shared. Amelia stepped between us, not to block, to bridge. You are both safe here, she said, her voice holding us, steady, firm. The man exhaled, like he had been holding it for years. I turned back to the book, heart still beating faster, but not breaking, never breaking, not this time. My voice rose again, soft, uneven, reading the next line, then another. The words felt different now, stronger, like they carried more than just meaning, like they carried us. Behind me, the man shifted, then slowly, carefully, he sat, not too close, not too far, just enough. The floor creaked, familiar now, no longer a threat, a sound, just presence. Amelia moved between us, placing another book within his reach, the same way she had with me. No pressure, only invitation. The room settled again. 3 breaths, 3 stories, 1 quiet space. Inside, the world continued, unaware, unbothered, but inside, something rare formed, not loud, not grand, but powerful, fragile healing, woven gently, between strangers, who carried storms, and a woman, who refused to let them drown. I turned another page, hand steady, voice clearer, and as the words filled the room, the silence no longer felt empty, felt shared, alive, growing, even as the shadows lingered, even as the past waited, just beyond the edges, watching, patient, ready, for the next moment, to test how far this fragile piece could stretch, to test how far this fragile piece could stretch, to exist, to test how far this fragile piece could stretch. The page beneath my fingers trembled, not from fear, from something building, something new. A low rumble rolled outside, distant, but deep, thunder. My spine stiffened, sound bending, shifting, turning into something else. For a split second, explosions, shattered ground beneath me. My breath caught, sharp, uneven. The room blurred, edges dissolving, reality slipping again. Elijah, Amelia's voice, closer now, stronger, not breaking, never breaking. I held on to it, like a rope, thrown into dark water. Another rumble, louder, closer. The windows shivered, glass trembling in their frames. The other man flinched, sharp inhale, mirroring mine. 2 storms, rising together. Too fast, too close. My hands clenched, the book crumpling slightly, paper bending. Real, stay with what is real. Amelia moved, quick this time, but still controlled. She lit a small lamp, golden light spilling outward, warm, steady, pushing back the shadows. Stay with me, she said, firm, anchored. Her eyes locked onto mine, unwavering, demanding presence, not fear, focused, on the light, on the quiet strength, that refused to leave. Thunder cracked again, sharp. The man behind me cursed softly, his chair scraping, panic rising in the room, spreading, like smoke. I turned halfway, just enough. He was standing now, breath fast, eyes wide, lost, the same way I had been, the same way I still could be. Amelia reached him, one hand lifting, not touching yet, giving space, but not distance. You are here, she said, the same words, the same calm, shared between us. He shook his head, like reality refused to settle, like the past pushed too hard. Another flash outside, light slicing through the windows. For an instant, too bright, too sudden, my chest surged again, heartbeat slamming, but this time, moved, not away, forward, low, deliberate, every step a choice. I reached out, hand unsteady, and placed it on the fallen book near him, not on him, just close, just there. His eyes flicked to mine, recognition again, shared understanding, silent. Well, you can stay, I said, voice rough, but holding. The words felt strange, coming from me, yet true, deeply true. Thunder rolled again, but softer now. Maybe. We were stronger. Amelia stood between us, one hand near him, one near me, holding the space together, like a bridge that refused to collapse. The man's breathing slowed, not calm, but trying, always trying. He lowered himself, back onto the chair, careful, uncertain, but staying, just like I had. The storm outside continued, rain beginning to fall, soft taps against the glass, steady, rhythmic, different from before, not chaos, a sound, just life moving. I picked up the book again, smoothed the bent page, my hand steadier now, not perfect, but present. I began to read, voice low, carrying through the room, filling the spaces fear tried to claim. And as the words unfolded, something shifted again, not sudden, not dramatic, but real. The storm still existed, inside and within, but it no longer owned the moment, no longer controlled the breath between us. Amelia watched, quiet strength in her gaze. As two broken rhythms, slowly, carefully, began to find a way to exist in the same fragile, growing light. The rain softened until it became a whisper against the glass, like the world itself, learning to be gentle again. I sat there, book in hand, breath steady, not perfect, but mine. Across from me, the man rested, shoulders lowered, eyes no longer searching for danger, just resting. Amelia stood between us, quiet as ever, yet stronger than anything I had ever known. Days passed, and more. I kept returning, not out of habit, choice. Each step toward that door felt lighter, sound less sharp, each breath less borrowed. The bell above the door no longer startled me, it welcomed me, like I belonged. One morning, sunlight spilled through the windows, golden, warm, touching every corner. No shadows left to hide in. I stood there, watching dust dance in the light, feeling something unfamiliar. Not loud, not overwhelming, just present. Amelia handed me a book, our fingers brushing, steady, no tremor. You stayed, she said, a small smile forming. I nodded, not needing more words, 'cause she knew, she always knew. The man sat nearby, reading now, quiet, focused, his storm softer too, not gone, but no longer alone. I looked around, at the shelves, the worn floor, the light, and her, always her, and I understood. Healing never arrives like a miracle, grows, slowly, in quiet places, in steady hands, in voices that refuse to leave. Love, true love, does not erase the past. It sits beside it, patiently, until the weight feels lighter, until the noise fades, until breathing becomes living again. Close the book, not as an ending, but as a beginning, 'cause some stories do not need a final page. They need a place to keep going. And as I stepped forward into the light, I carried one truth with me, clear, unshaken. Sometimes, the strongest hearts are not the ones that fight alone, but the ones that choose to stay, to understand, and to heal together.